Now, it seems criminals are now capitalizing on blackouts. A new trend is emerging where they're targeting solar panels. This is the warning from security provider Fidelity ADT. It comes as homeowners invest in solar panels amid ongoing power cuts. For more on this, let's bring in Calvin Rafadi. He's a security expert and forensic investigator at Bizz Tracers. Thank you very much, Mr. Rafadi, for your time here on eNCA. Is it bad already at the moment? Because I remember at some point people saying that solar panels should be put at all traffic lights in South Africa so that at least those work during load shedding. But somebody said, well, they'll just steal those, like they do cables.
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. Yes, indeed, it has become very bad now that, because it's in the market, it's out there and it's in demand, high demand. So the criminals now have ventured into stealing this particular solar panels. And I'm dead sure that even by the robots, street robots, they will make a plan to go up and take it off from the particular positioned area.
All right. So, looking at the fact that government is saying they're going to roll out solar panels to homes and businesses as well, so that we give back to the grid and, that they will add to incentives at different homes and businesses. Is it even a good idea if our lives will be in danger with people probably making way into our homes, climbing our roofs and stealing the panels?
Look, it's more like when you speak about a cell phone. It makes our life easier. And besides, we don't have electricity. So we can't rule out the fact that we are in need of the solar panels. But we just have to be cautious and put up measures so that even when one has installed one at their homes or the government facilities like in your business, one has to put up measures that they make sure that they are safe in around that area.
What would you advise, for instance, the education department, especially basic education and the different MECs of education in provinces? Because schools have, for instance, been, facilities that have been earmarked for putting solar panels there, and even hospitals. Should we do this and then maybe add security or at schools and hospitals just to make sure that these panels stay safe? It's a good investment, right, to add security so that the panels stay safe.
Yes, my advice to the school, I would say no, we definitely need to put them up at schools, and we must just add up some securities there by schools, and then so that it is more safer. But speaking of the household, what these criminals, they do, they tend to study your movement, that, okay, you're in, you're out of the house. Even during the day, they are able to climb and take off the particular solar panel. But some say, on a flat roof is difficult for them to see, but, with criminals, they can even study at night that, okay, this one, there's no sound of a generator. So it means, therefore, that he's got the panels over on the roof. So we say, okay, one needs to communicate with your neighbors, have the telephone numbers of your neighbors. Whoever they see that coming in your yard or even going up to your roof, they need to call the police and even call yourself to verify, irrespective that they are wearing a regalia or a uniform with some logos, because I'm sure these criminals, they camouflage as if they're coming from a contract worker, and one wouldn't suspect as they go up at the roof.
So it would become a lucrative business, even for criminals then, because they can steal them and then resell them. But tell me, obviously then a standalone home would be more in danger than, a house that is inside a complex.
Yes, indeed. The standalone, they are at vulnerable places because it's an easy access to go in and go out. And besides, there are no securities, not unless you've got your community patrol. But, this type of act, the criminals, they tend to target and unscrew these particular components during the day. Like we say, you might see someone at your neighbor's house wearing a uniform. You think, okay, my neighbor is maybe they are servicing the panel, and yet it's been stolen. So if you are a good neighbor, call your neighbor and call the police so that they can come and inspect that indeed those are legit, or are they criminals trying to steal your panels.
Calvin, do you have any idea how much, for instance, a solar panel, I know that it's got different sizes, but do you know the price of it?
Well, look, they vary from 15K. From what I've checked, they vary from 15K as far as to 250, depending on the voltage that you need. I mean, even the kilowatts that you need into your house to power your house. But with sites like your school, the parking lot, the shopping centers, they range from even up to 1 million or over 1 million. But what these criminals, they do normally, they don't just steal a panel. If there's nobody in the house, they'll obviously also break into the house and take the inventory, so that, even on their black market, it's not just a panel, they also can sell the inventory as well.
Sure. Yeah, it's quite a thing. Just very quickly and lastly for me, Calvin, how easy is it to unscrew these panels? Is it a quick thing?
Yeah, no, it is a quick thing. I think you just need a 10 shifting spanner. But we urge our citizen that because it sits on the rail, you just unscrew it and then flip it out on the rail. So one needs to put up the locks, so that to mount the particular panel, so that it's not easily after being unscrewed, then one can just remove it easily. They still have to cut the lock. So it's another exercise to cut the lock. So one needs to mount it and have the locks on it, and also put up other security measures around the house, like your security beams, so that it can alert the nearby patrolling security if you are in a freestanding house as well.
Well, thank you very much for your advice and for speaking to us. Calvin Rafadi, he's a security expert and forensic investigator at Bizz Tracers.